Hey, happy Friday, you guys. Welcome to the Lily Pad Podcast. My name is April. I am your host, and it is a sad day in radio today. Tonight marks the very last running working day for WAAF. It has been sold, and it will no longer be WAAF after midnight tonight. So I am very sad about that because I have been listening to the station for years. I have some fond memories of that studio only because I used to work at WRKO part-time, so I was able to meet a few of the people that worked at the station, so I hope they're all off to new adventures. Who knows? But anyway, like I said, sad day in radio, but it happens. So that being said, it is Friday. It's just about 6 o'clock. I need to go take a shower because I have company coming over in about half an hour to an hour. Cousin Derek will be here. My friend Lucy. Mom and Uncle Ralph will also be here. I'm not sure if they're going to come downstairs, but we're going to try to drag them down. So it's just going to be like a lounge night. We're going to talk to Derek primarily about what it's like to be a lifeguard. He's been one for over 20 years, I believe. And and his fiancée Chelsea will be here at some point, but she doesn't like to talk, so I'm not sure if she's going to say anything. She might just sit there and be quiet, but she'll be here too. Lucy will be here. She's been on the show a few times, so she's no stranger to what happens down here. So that being said, I look forward to hearing any of your stories afterwards. I'm always asking you guys to email me, and nobody does. So if anybody out there has a heart, email me anything. April@thelilypadpodcast.com. I look forward to hearing, like I said, anything. Oh my God. That literally scared the hell out of me. And there's another. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording now and see what's going on the staircase there and make sure my mother has not hurt herself. Mom? Yeah. Are you all right? I think so. If you guys could just see what I'm looking at now, it's hard to describe. But anyway, we'll be back on the Lily Pad.
Hey, welcome back to the show. This is the Lily Pad Podcast. My name is April,
And Derek is sitting to the right of me. And Chelly is upstairs. You'll know when she's here because
Yes.
everybody knows when someone comes in because they hear the beads.
Yeah, so she can't avoid being heard. She can't avoid.
No. Further away.
She can't avoid being heard.
No, she can't. Here she comes. Shh. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
She's a very quiet person. Do you want to light that? That didn't sound right. It's a candle. We're talking about a candle.
Yeah, likely story. Chelsea, not the time.
Well, she can smell the candle.
Podcast time.
I want to smell the candles.
We got a little bit of a voice right on tape. On tape. Oh my
Unbelievable.
God, how old am I? It's on tape.
That's on tape.
But so,
Get that 8-track out.
I remember 8-tracks. But before you guys came here, I did my little intro, and I know I played it for you guys before we started recording it because it was just so funny. And I realized when I was listening to the audio back, it sounded like I didn't even try to get up to see if my mom was all right. So it makes me really look like a jackass. But it was, like I was saying earlier, it was one of those moments where you start hearing this noise and your brain is trying to register, like, wait, what's happening? And then I realized that wasn't, I thought it might have been, anything falling. And I turned to get up and I saw all the papers on the floor at the base of the stairs. So I knew it wasn't my mother that fell because that was like.
Your mother's not a piece of paper.
No. She's not even a folder.
I know, I've seen her. She's not.
She's not even a manila folder. She's a lady.
Yes.
Yeah. That bar is completely going right through. There you are. You can move.
I am.
I make all kinds of noise all the time in this room. Anything you bump, it's just going to be heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind it though.
I'm not going to move.
No. So, Derek, we're going to talk about a few things, but one, I wanted to talk to you about what it's like being a lifeguard.
Oh.
Yes. Now, Chelsea is also a lifeguard, but we're not going to hear any stories from her.
No, you're not getting much from her.
But
surely if I say something wrong, she'll correct me.
You know what?
Oh, wait, it's my
Chelsea,
chance now.
if you nod yes or no if he's full of crap. So if he tells a story and it's, yes for full of crap, no, he's not full of crap. So now you're on the spot there, Derek.
I'm on the spot.
So how long have you been at a lifeguard?
I think collectively I'm going on my 14th season.
Really?
I started way back when I was, I think, 20. I was under the grandfather clause back then. That's how old I am.
20?
Yeah, so I could drink at that time. So I started when I was 20. And
Yeah.
I worked at Salisbury from, I think, 87 until, or 86 or 87 until
I was
93.
still in grammar school.
Until 93.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
after that, I went out to Switzerland.
Right, that's right. And you were in Switzerland
Well,
for
actually,
how
no,
long?
not in 93. I worked for Genetics Institute until 97. Then I went to
temped there
Switzerland.
when I was at massage school. I worked at genetics.
Right, I know. I remember that. That's
Yep,
right.
second
I remember saying
shift.
that. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so and then I didn't guard for many years. And then when I moved to San Diego, I worked
That's right. I
a
forgot
season
about that, too.
in 99, not 90. I think it was 98, 99. I worked a season there. And then I didn't go back on the beach until 2015 when I moved back from Switzerland to here. And now it'll be my 5th summer. Yeah.
I know you've been back for a while now. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're back. I still would have liked to have visited you out in Switzerland, but
Well, you had plenty of time.
I really did.
I was there for 16 years.
Yeah, but I'm poor, so I'm probably...
Yeah. Well,
When I take trips, I look for discounts, like big discounts. Like, let me stay at your house.
well, you could have done that. But
Actually-
it's really expensive there, but it's a great place.
Well, there was
Really-
the flight, I think, would have been the killer for me.
Yeah. Well, they in the
think.
summer you're talking about $1,300. In the winter, down to $400 back then. It wasn't
Round trip
so
or
bad.
one way?
Round trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Over the pond there? However that
Yeah.
phrase is, whatever they say.
My cousin got a flight out there. It was around the carnival time. They call it Fastnacht there. And
I'm sorry,
I
what's it
remember that Fastnacht. It's
Okay.
it's Mardi Gras. And it was
nice.
around the time that the Patriots were actually playing in the Super Bowl. And my cousin Christopher came out. And his round trip ticket, I remember just joking with him at Christmas time saying, why don't you come out and visit, was $420 round trip.
Wow. That's actually very cheap for an international flight like that.
It's really cheap, but we're going way off on a tangent here. Whoa.
We are. It always happens to me, though.
I know, it's okay.
It always happens. So that's a very long time. Even like I said, even if that's me hitting the microphone. It happens. It's like the little spike right there.
Yep, it's okay.
What was it that like really? Because I always like to find out what brought a person to do something.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that made you say, "I want to be a lifeguard"? Was it something simple, or just did you always love the water? Or
spent mostly all of my summers when I was younger at Salisbury Beach.
Yeah.
And I did know a few guards at the time from being in bands, playing in music. And one of the guards, his name is Dean. I won't give the last name.
No last names.
So his name is Dean, and he's like, Derek, you should go out and be a lifeguard. And I think he did that for 3 or 4 years, finally. And I was afraid. I thought
well, it's
I
not
can't.
an easy job. I mean,
It's not. I thought, well, I don't know. I'm just afraid to do it. It seems like to be a huge amount of commitment and work and responsibility. So of course I was afraid of it. So finally one year I just said, that's it, I'm doing it, and it was the probably one of the best things I ever did.
That's awesome, though, and I know you because you've always loved it. And summer times, we never see either one of you actually.
Yeah,
so as much as I hate when the summer ends, I look forward to it because I know you come back.
Right.
You come back.
Well,
Not that you're really gone, but...
Well, the people that are listening are wondering maybe what we're talking about. Well, every Saturday we have a family... They call it breakfast, but it's more like some donuts and political talking and just like debating and laughing and
then it
whatever.
Sometimes turns as what I like to call it Sambuca Saturdays.
Sambuca Saturday mornings.
And this is all before 11 o'clock.
All before
Not
11.
Kidding. I don't know how many times I woke up to go into the kitchen and all I could smell is that black licorice, and it would make me want to gag because I can't stand that stuff. And you guys are all doing your little shots.
Doing the little shots. They look like tiny little shot glasses, but at the end of the day, they're not actually that much less than a normal shot glass.
They're like little beer mugs.
Yeah,
they look
little beer mugs.
They look like little glass beer mugs. They're the cutest things ever.
Yeah.
But people come over anywhere between like 7:30 and like 9-ish, 9:30. And I think it really originally started with my mom and her brothers.
Right.
And then it just kind of expanded and expanded.
Right.
And now it's like everybody in the family knows, well, anything you want to do in the morning or what? No, you want to go have coffee? Well, everybody's at Cookie's house.
Right.
At my house, at my mother's house. And back in the day when I was younger, I would sleep through it. I would sleep till 11 o'clock. That's because I was going out at 9, coming back at 2 or 3. Now it's like, I get home before 10.
Yeah.
Go to bed by midnight.
I remember still coming, like last year, the year before, you would still like get up around 10.
Yeah. Well, actually, not even, because about a year and a half or so, I was working at RKO. I was getting up at 4 o'clock on Saturdays. Yeah, that I don't miss. That waking up, the job I miss.
Early. Yeah, that was...
I missed that job. And
getting in at 11, finishing from that job, we were just like leaving.
Yeah, because I get out at 10. By the time I was home, I was 11. Now, when I worked at WRKO, this kind of brings back what I mentioned earlier about being a sad day in radio. It's the last operating airtime for WAAF, which has been Boston's rock for like 50 years. I've been listening to it since I was a kid. And it's really sad that this is happening, because when I worked at WRKO, the studio that was next to theirs was AAF.
Right.
So I actually spent time. This was when they were in, and they were still in Brighton, but the older building, they moved recently. But I remember going into that studio. I even still have a video when I first got hired and I had to go in and do like paperwork. My manager, my supervisor, was actually doing. He was doing a DJ shift at AAF, so I was sitting in the AAF studio, and I'm like, oh my God. So I told him, I said, I have to. So I took a couple selfies and a couple videos, and I took a video of him. And I'm glad I have that, because now it's gone.
Right.
But
it's unbelievable.
But yeah, so that was a while I wasn't seeing everybody. But now I get up earlier and I like to see everybody. But yeah, it's a fun Saturday.
It is. I still love coming.
Yeah.
When I can. But in the summer, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Because we are both working on the weekends, so we can't leave.
Now, here's a question. Now, you can nod yes or no.
You don't talk.
Miss Cutie Pie over here. Have you ever had to perform, I'm going to ask Chelsea specifically, then you specifically, because obviously you both have different experiences. So if you want to blink once for yes, twice for no, that's also good. I'm just kidding. But have you ever had to really save someone's life? You could nod yes, that's fine. Like, like, have you ever had to, like, drag anybody out of the water and just say yes if you have. You can't give names.
Well, yes.
Yes, you said something.
No, that's good. And what about you, Dark?
Yes.
That was a quick yes.
Well, we both have. I don't know why she's taking all this time.
Well, no, she doesn't want to talk. We're not trying to make her talk. That's why I said she could just nod yes.
All right, she's nodding.
She's nodding.
And she's not happy with
But
me.
you have had to, unfortunately, take someone out of the water and, like, bring them back, so to speak.
No, I haven't had that. But as far
okay.
as saving someone, I guess
wood.
she's knocking on wood there. But
Someone
also,
here? Someone at the door?
Anyway, I haven't yet. It almost happened my very first rookie year.
I know why she did that.
Day.
The jinx thing, right? I get you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Almost had my first year, but
Yeah.
the man was already dead when I arrived. But
okay.
anyway.
Because I know that you guys, a lot of the times it's people that, it's not like kind of like a near death or a catastrophe thing, but I know that it happened, so I just never know if it's ever happened in front of you or while you were.
No, this person that was dead, he was missing, I think, the night or the day before, and he washed up on the beach the next, or a couple of days later. And I happened to have my very first day, rookie day, at that post, and yeah, so.
Your
that's what
very
happened.
first post rookie, wow.
Yeah.
So, of course, what a way to bring that in with something like that.
So, but
That's sad. That's it. But I mean,
it wasn't like I got up and pulled him out of the water. It was already being attended to, but when I got there. But like going in the water after someone and pulling them out, that if we hadn't have got there, would they have drowned? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And a couple of times where someone's gone under and come up. So I would say, yes, we've had some.
Because I can imagine, I mean, my grandfather, my dad's dad, excuse me, from what I was told, because obviously this was long before I was ever here, he got caught in the undertow, and he got pulled so far out that you could barely see his head. It was like a little, pinprick like on the horizon. And he never went in the ocean again. And a lot of people, and I learned this when I was really young, that if you find yourself kind of getting pulled out, you never try to swim towards the water. You have to swim parallel to the ocean, let it naturally kind of push you if you're able to do so. Is that correct? That's still correct.
Well, an undertow, that's not what an undertow is. What you're talking about is a rip current. The undertow
current,
is when you have a steep angle on the beach from the sand's edge
like
to the
Salisbury,
water.
where I got sucked in a couple times.
The water washes up from the wave that broke, and the water just washes back. And if you got someone
is it like a mini cliff?
It doesn't have to be a cliff, but it can be quite a steep incline.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and if
they
you
have
a
one of those
kid,
at
or even an
Salisbury.
adult. Yeah, they did. Yeah, usually they do, especially when the surf gets bigger before the cliff forms, and you get this water just, 1 foot, maybe 3 feet of water just pulling straight in. That's when someone gets pulled in. That's the undertow there.
That
and you get sucked right in.
I almost got sucked in. I remember this because I could not get out of the water, and this is hilarious and horrible and embarrassing. But if you ever get stuck in there, you get sand in places that you don't want sand.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like I took I had so much sand in my butt area that it looked like I gained 5 pounds in like 10 minutes. I could not. I was actually getting nervous. I couldn't get up because the sand was just killing me, and I couldn't get out of the water. But I eventually did. I didn't care about all of that. I was out of the water.
Happens all the time.
Yeah,
really. Yeah,
it's scary.
Yep.
And the rip current is what you have to do the.
Yeah, the rip current is when you have a deep part of the water between two shallow areas, and you have water breaking up, and the least amount of resistance when the water flows back in is through the area where there's the deeper water, sort of like a trench. So if you're caught there, people think, okay, I'm going to go swimming because it's good there. They don't want to get caught in the waves, so they go over there.
Oh yeah, they think it's calm, but it's not.
Right, or they're right in the edge, and they're at the edge of where the waves are breaking, and they slowly get to where the water's deep, and within a couple of feet, they get over their head, and the current pulls them straight out. So when that happens, you want to swim parallel.
Oh, okay, that's how it works.
So you can get some at the beach that are small, and some that can go out hundreds of yards and like 100 yards wide. They can be crazy.
So another, fun part of this whole lifeguard experience is that's how you two met.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I'll let Chelsea,
Chelsea
talk about that.
Chelsea.
Come on, Chelsea.
She hates us right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to put her on the spot here, and I see her foot raising. Going,
You might want to sleep with one eye open tonight. I'm just saying. I know I'm all set because
Yes.
I'm here, but you might want to watch out.
well, yeah, we met at the beach. See, I wasn't working.
Finn. That's it.
I wasn't working yet at the beach.
No, were you a
back.
Was she a lifeguard before you?
Oh, well, I was before she was
Okay.
because she's definitely younger
Because I
than me.
wasn't born.
Yes, she was quite young.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that part up, but all right,
But
since
we
you
got
did.
it now. No, but I was, yeah, she was working at the beach while I was still living in Switzerland. And I met her the
right.
summer or two before I actually moved back. Because I always went back to the beach and went to visit the lifeguard, see what was going on, take a paddleboard out.
Yep.
So, and then, yeah, so we met there, yeah.
I love that you guys met because you guys make a really cute couple. You guys complement each other very nicely. You really do.
Thank you, April.
See, I got to talk. You had to say something.
You're welcome.
I wanted to say something, but no, say something, Chelsea.
She did. She said thank you,
Yes, she
April.
did.
Very, very, I'm very proud of you right now. I'm very impressed.
Make leaps and bounds of progress.
It really
yeah.
is leaps and bounds. It's enough bounds that she has to sign a form.
Yep, you're signing it.
I can't air it if you can't. It's the legal thing. It's just so that you know I'm only using it for the show. I got all legal and stuff with this whole thing.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with us. Be careful.
Yeah, right? Psh.
Yeah.
So that was really great. So you guys met 1,000,000 years ago. I made that number up.
Yes.
And,
It was a million. It
you
was,
know,
geez, I don't even, 14, 15? 2014, I think. Yeah. Let's just call
Really?
it that. Let's just call it that.
yeah.
Let's just call it, I think it was 2014.
And I can't remember when we first met. When I first met Chelsea, did you break? It wasn't here. How did I meet you?
I
I'm
don't
trying
know.
to think of how I met Chelsea.
I'm not quite sure. Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I think it was here.
It had to have been here.
No, it was here because she came on a Saturday. And you
It was
met her- you
okay.
met
That's
her
what I
then.
was wondering. I'm like, it had to have been here.
Yeah, talk about being shy coming into the
Honey,
house. and
honey,
all
I give you
family.
props for coming back after spending a Saturday here.
Yeah, some of my family has really made some, I don't, what situation would you call it? We visit Christopher that time. What would you say that was? It was the cousins being the Polish cousins. This is another side of the family. We were talking about being embarrassed in front of, family.
Yeah.
Well, my cousin Christopher lives down in Foxborough.
Okay.
And we were going, I was taking her down there for the first time to meet him and the Polish side of the family, the cousins.
I keep forgetting you have that side.
Yeah.
I just think you're Italian. And
I
no
am.
disrespect.
Half and half.
Yeah, I always forget 50%. You're not Italian, not 100%. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I've worked through that.
That's okay. Hey, No, she met my family, and it's funny because I was late as usual, so I called up saying I'll be there like in 10 minutes.
Shocker.
Shocker.
You're late.
Unbelievable.
I actually expected that tonight, and I got it. I was like, oh, he's running late.
Yep. I said running late again. Sorry. So we were walking up to his doorstep. I look through the window, and I see my cousin. I think it was Christopher, Steve, Freddie, Eddie, and Eric. I think they were all there, possibly all of them. They were all just in their shorts, bare-chested, and one guy had an accordion in his hand, and they were like sitting around. And I'm like, if she doesn't run out right now, this is going to be weird. So she walked in, and she probably thought to herself, what did you think to yourself?
I don't know.
You don't know. You probably thought, oh, this is okay. You weren't being the one that's going to be embarrassed, that's for sure. I don't know. All right. So I don't want to put a tangent.
Well,
there.
we all have those. We all have families that, I mean, my family's perfect, so I can't.
They are. I have said that in the past.
Yeah. But no, we've had some very interesting conversations upstairs in that kitchen,
Yes, we have.
which is why I stay quiet. I actually stay quiet a long time.
Yeah,
I don't. You ever notice that? I don't talk a lot at the table.
You don't have to.
No, I sponge it all up. I just let everything absorb, and then I keep my mouth shut.
Sometimes there's like 4 conversations going on at one time.
Yeah, and then you and I are having a conversation via text.
Yeah. We're texting each other, but you can't
We're
talk.
literally 2 feet away from each
So,
other.
April, what do you think of this? What's going on here?
I'm like, thoughts?
Literally, this is not even a joke that we did it.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's true, and not even an exaggeration there. And Mom catches because what are you guys doing again?
Seriously.
She did. Oh my God. So let's see what else. Oh yes, we wanted to find now. So you were also a pilot.
Yes, I still am actually. Yes.
Yes, I apologize. I stand corrected. Thank you for that.
Well, I was a commercial airline pilot one time.
Yeah,
but I'm
which
still a
airline
pilot.
did you fly?
It was. I started out with a company called Crossair, and it was a Swiss company. They were sort of the daughter company of Swiss Air.
Okay.
And when Swiss Air went out of business, it's kind of weird, but Crossair, being the smaller company, somehow took them over, but it still was kind of the same airline because there's no way they could absorb a company like that. So
Yeah.
they just changed it to Swiss International Airlines after that.
Oh, okay.
Still a really great product. So yeah, and then I flew.
You drove those big planes.
I drove them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an MD-80. It was like 156 people was a maximum. I mean, it was big, but
That's
it wasn't.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
But the MD-80 had two rear engines and it sort of like a long tube as a body. It wasn't a
Yeah.
wide body, but it was fun to fly. It was
Yeah.
one of the last non-cockpit airplanes. Non-glass means right now they have all these monitors and it's fly-by-wire. But the MD-80 had all analog, original instruments, and
Okay.
as well as the yoke was all. It felt like you were driving a truck. It was just real heavy. It
really.
was cool.
That's interesting, that's very interesting because I always said, "How I have a cousin Derek who flies," and like, "Oh, when was the last time you saw him?" I'm like, "I don't." When we were younger, because we never saw each other. I'm like, "I don't know, years and years because
Right.
I never see you." And then you moved to, like I said, Switzerland. Now we see each
Yeah.
other all the time.
All the time.
Well, more regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you do fly the what are those ones we were talking about when I called you that
Smaller
day?
airplanes. Yeah, it could be a Cessna.
Yeah.
4-seat, 2-seat.
Those make me very
Piper
nervous.
Pipers, whatever. They make a lot of people nervous. I remember Chelsea got nervous at one time when I took her up because any kind of wind
It was terrifying.
that yeah. So what did you feel? We were at Plum Island. Yeah, one day. Well, I used to back when we first met, or those first few years. I used to drive from my dad's in Methuen to go pick her up.
Yeah.
Well, this one time I said I'm going to fly to Plum Island, which is probably just a couple miles away from where she worked.
Yeah.
And I flew there. I picked her up there at the airport. And when we took off, like I was saying, small airplanes very susceptible to any kind of wind movement.
Yeah.
More so than a large jet is because of the weight. I remember when we took off, I hit a little turbulence on takeoff. Her face just turned white. She white knuckled the front. So that was Chelsea's one of her last flights. She didn't really take it so well.
I really want to do the podcast in your plane, like almost like a live broadcast or get us,
Yeah.
But I am not sure my stomach could handle the smaller plane.
Well, that'd be a good podcast to catch.
But it would be a great podcast. The other thing is, I'm a pansy, so I'm not going to lie. And certain things, there's just, I'm going to admit it's a scary thing, but it would be really cool. It's one of those things. So then I thought, well, actually, Andrea and I were talking about the checklist that we would prefer. So we were thinking clear blue skies, no wind, no clouds, all the birds are grounded. If we could just ground all the birds.
Well, actually, clear blue skies might actually bring more turbulence than if it was like overcast. If
Really?
you have air rising, it's different. Yeah, thermals. So it's not as it appears.
We want the Carfax, but plain version.
Yes.
Make sure there's, everything's all up to date. And then we thought, what better way to do this than just get in the plane and taxi around the runway?
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
What about Main Street? Right down Main Street.
We could do that. That would definitely make the news.
That would definitely.
Just taxi right out into the highway.
I think it would catch
Yeah.
some attention. I am not going to lie. I'm a firm believer in
I
that.
think your podcast would get famous at that point.
Let's do it.
Why are you doing? Well, we're just doing a podcast.
Just 'cause.
What podcast is that? Late Pad Podcast. Oh, bada bing.
Yeah, we could. We could try to get a permit. Like, hey, can I do this? I mean, I'd put a little more with it. I can't just ask, can I do this?
Have you ever flown in a small plane before?
Mm-mm,
Oh.
only the big ones.
Oh boy.
That's why.
This we got to do, and you have to start the recording right away because I want to hear everything that goes on that comes out of your mouth.
I'm probably going to turn it to Chelsea because I'm going to be white knuckling it. I'm going to be looking like a.
And I'll be doing the podcast myself.
I need you to pay attention to where you're driving. Fine.
It's a big sky.
Details.
It's a big sky. But it's neat though. You take off on a launch, you're like 400 or 500 feet, and you can already see Boston. You can already see the White Mountains, the ocean, all the way out to Western Mass, right away.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Not all the way out to Western Mass, but you can see out
Yeah.
that way. It's pretty cool.
Now you're a liar.
Lying.
No,
No, you can see very far.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because it's flat. It's not. There's not any.
See, that's why I want to do it, because I want to experience it. But I may have to be,
You would be shocked to see how close you are to the ocean when you take off out of the airport in Lawrence.
Oh,
It is-
I wouldn't be. We're really not that far from the ocean
no,
at all.
No. I believe
No.
it's only like 15 air miles, or something like that.
How is it land miles?
Well, you're driving there. It's probably
I know,
about.
just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
I just
You
give you a
get
hard
drive
time.
here, there, left, right. And,
Stop, go.
Yeah.
Dunkin's.
yeah, no Dunkin's up there.
Not. You mean what?
There's no Dunkin'
In the air?
Donuts in the air. No.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, some of the airlines have Dunkin' coffee on the plane. Yay.
See, there you go. Dunkin's in the air. Yeah, I'm not a big. I don't like to eat anything or drink anything other than water. Normally before I fly, just because I want the Dramamine to settle in and kind of get my little,
No, you want to have some Dramamine.
Oh, I know I will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised
But
about that.
knocks you out, too, though.
Not me.
Oh, okay.
It just hopefully will keep me from, getting physically sick. So if I can at least eliminate 50% of my fear, so the fear of puking, making a mess, I'll still be scared to death.
I do have a story about my cousin. You know Christopher. You haven't met Christopher, have you not?
No, I don't think I don't believe I have.
Okay. Well, it was way back many years ago, and
I need to drink my water.
it was a Thanksgiving day, and the family was visiting from out in Western Mass, the Polish family, and I had a friend who was my flight instructor at the time,
Yep.
and his name was Tori from Norway. He goes, let's take your cousins flying. So we're like, okay.
Oh, no.
So we went flying.
Yep.
And we decided to do some spins, which is sort of a maneuver where you go up, you bring the plane to a point where it stalls, not the motor, but the one of the wings stops flying, and the plane just basically falls out of the sky. It just goes
I would
down.
literally disown you if you ever pulled anything like
No, I
Andrew
wouldn't do
called
that.
it
I would
roller
never do
coaster
that.
like
I would
to
never
me.
do that. But we did it that day with these guys.
Oh,
'cause we
man.
knew. But they wanted to do it. It wasn't
Yeah.
like we just did it. So we did this thing. You sort of went inverted, and you just point to the ground, you go down.
Oh God.
And I had, I think I had my cousin with me, cousin Christopher. I can't remember which one it was. Or he was with Tori. Anyway, whoever was with Tori, I remember they said,
Excuse me?
I'm going to throw up. He goes, do not throw up on my plane. Swallow it right now.
Oh.
He did.
Oh God. Oh
He swallowed his own God. And he had
I
a
think I
throw
just
up bag.
threw
He
up.
was kind of kidding, but anyway. So we did a couple more. And that's my funny story about. It was funny.
So you guys told the kid to eat his puke, but you still kept spinning around that poor kid.
Yeah. He was abused a little.
A little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can't speak for him. But he will listen to this, though.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll tell him to.
And you said it's Christopher?
Christopher.
Email me, Christopher. I want to hear your side of this insane madness that he just told.
I can see him right now. He's going to get out his. I think he still has a BlackBerry or something like that.
April at thelilypadpodcast.com. You should text him
Right now.
right now. You should
Well,
text
he's based in London, so he's probably going to get this at
Oh.
2 a.m. So I'll send him the message right now. But meanwhile,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
when I go back to the ranch,
I love
Chelsea
that
will
phrase.
talk for me. Silence.
Awkward. So I was just like. What's that?
Maybe I won't text him now because it'll be silent in here.
Oh man, but yeah, you have to let him know. And and tell him to follow me and stuff too. I want to be international.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right. Well, I'll do it right now.
yeah, you should.
I will do voice so we can hear something. Hey,
Alright.
Chris, I'm doing a podcast with my cousin April right now,
Hi, Chris.
and I mentioned the story of when you went flying on that Thanksgiving day and you threw up and actually swallowed it again. I'm
That's
trying to
horrible.
remember, were you with Tori or were you with me? And hold on. And when you listen to this podcast, April will ask you to email her your side of the story.
Yes.
Okay. Sent.
Oh, I hope he does. Yeah. Chris, April at thelilypadpodcast.com. I want to hear the dirt. Tell me stories even other than this one that we can call out Mr. Derek.
We should ask
Whose
Chelsea
phone is
to
that?
tell us a story.
I thought I just heard a little beep, beep. It's definitely not me. My phone never goes off.
What, did yours buzz? Or was it
I
mine
thought I
buzz?
heard a buzz.
Did I text you instead of him?
Dude,
I think I did. Nope, I didn't. No, I don't. That's
your last
weird.
text to me says I have it, and when you say I have it, you were referring to the Chinese food.
Yes.
You know, it was really funny when you asked me about whose name it was under. We had just talked about that on the phone.
I didn't hear it all though.
That
I didn't hear it
explains
was
it.
Cookie. I didn't get that part.
That explains it. Because I got out that when you sent me that, I was like, I just told him 10 minutes ago.
That's not the first time I forget something. I think you wrote, tell Derek or Cookie when you go in. Oh, I didn't. I see. I was driving. I wasn't reading it. I just saw. I saw the first thing. I'm like, I'm not reading this when I'm driving.
So Andrea sent me a bunch of little things because she wasn't coming tonight.
No.
She kills me, that kid. I was hoping she'd say it. And then Lucy was going to show up, but she was, oops, that was me. She decided to stay in.
Okay. Well,
I know the microphone's there, just like every little thing.
I know.
That's one of the things with this table that it's easy to make noise with it.
They're microphones, though. Microphones pick up everything.
Yeah. And you know what?
That's it.
For me personally, it adds flavor. It's like,
okay.
it's like, it makes it where you either have your dish with garlic or without. So these little extras are just like the extra flavor, the garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever spice you prefer. I like them all.
I like them all.
I like it a lot.
I like spicy, hot.
Oh, I made the Korean spicy rice cakes. Did you see those pictures I made? They're basically
didn't.
like a giant or a thick udon noodle. It's like a rice, really good, very chewy. But you pop them and then you put them in like a skillet with like a spicy sauce, and then they'll sometimes put scallions or cabbage with it, and they'll put cheese on it.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Didn't have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, so how long have you been flying the smaller planes? Just as long as the big one? Like, you have to get different license levels,
Yeah,
or for the planes, like a car and truck and different levels?
I started that when, let's see, I think I started flying way back in like 85. 85, I think, yeah. I got my small fixed wing, small planes, fixed wing license or certificate, as they call it. Mm-hmm. And, tried to get my way towards a flight instructor rating, which I didn't get until later when I lived in San Diego. But then when I lived in San Diego, I got a job. I got the interview in Switzerland with Crossair, and I got that job. So I never really needed the flight instructor rating, so I ended up actually getting it.
Yeah.
But like an idiot, I never renewed it, because every 2 years you just go online and you renew it. So coming back home, I'm thinking I can just renew it. No, I have to do the whole test again.
Oh.
So although I'm still commercially rated, the flight instructor rating, I still have it, but it's not valid. I can't instruct yet.
Oh, okay.
And I do a lot of different things. So it's not a priority, although flying is a priority because it's connected to my drone license. That's how I'm licensed to do the drone at Part 107.
Oh, really?
So you have to be a licensed drone pilot, because I do, with my photography and video and everything, I do drone flights.
I like your
commercial.
drone.
I think it's cool.
Now, was it against the law when you let me drive it for I only drove it for 30 seconds?
If it's
I got nervous.
Yeah, I know you did. But for commercial purposes, you have to have a Part 107 FAA license, which you have to take, a whole course and everything. If you have a license or fixed wing license already, it's an easier process. But for the purpose of what we're doing that day, for recreational purposes, you have to just follow some rules, but you don't need a certification from the FAA.
Oh, cool.
But that could change in the future. Who knows? There's going to be so many things in the air that now they're putting in place where they might have a remote ID on the drones, so they can all communicate with each other. And I could see possibly in the future where they have or in the near future where they have like a air traffic control for drones, which is totally separate from aircraft. Because technically you're not supposed to fly above 400 feet. When you have a drone license or any drone, you're not supposed to. especially under commercial. But recreational, it's not still that much control over it. So if you're around an airport and you fly to 400 feet, there's a chance you could hit a plane, or a plane could hit a drone.
Yeah.
But if you are way outside of any airspace,
Yeah.
and a plane hits you at 400 feet, sorry, it's not the drone that's the problem. It's the plane that's probably already crashing, or someone doing something illegal in the plane. Yeah, because planes are not supposed to fly, in congested areas,
Right.
or sparsely, sparse areas under 500 feet. You can't go under 500 feet unless you're over water or not near an object or a living person or whatever. But it's supposed to stay above 500 feet. So 400 feet gives that separation of 100 feet still.
Yeah, that's why that's good.
It's
not really a lot. It's not a lot of space either.
Yeah, I mean, I remember at the beach flying over there, and there'd be airplanes flying along the coast all the time, and they're flying too close, and you have to watch out where you're flying the drone at the beach, because plane can actually hit you. That's a reality there.
Wow.
Yeah, and but drones. I remember when I used to first start flying, and I did aerial photography. I mean, just before I even made any money, I'd have to charge the client like $400, because you'd have to pay the fuel, the pilot, and the whole thing, and the plane rental. So that wasn't much of that. Now you can go up in a drone, and you can charge that and not have to worry about just get your payment on your investment. That's about it.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that day we were outside, and we actually went on the beach, and you were like zipping it back and forth.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, I used it. Like I said, you let me drive it for just like a minute. I wanted to be able to say that I can drove a drone, or
Piloted drone.
Piloted a drone for like a minute. I said, okay, here you go, take it back. Because with my luck, a gust of wind would have happened and it would have hit a house or something. That's what I was afraid of.
No, they're pretty stable. Those they have the GPS.
Yeah.
As long as there's GPS signal, you could actually let it go and it'll stay stationary.
Oh.
The GPS keeps its location, and the onboard software computer knows what to do to keep it there. So when you're trying to control it, it's not as complicated as you would think. But still, you can hit things. It does happen.
You can hit things.
Yes.
It's a reality. The struggle is real.
Yes, it is.
It is. So we're going to take a quick break.
All right.
It's a little after. Wow, it's 9:35.
Yeah, we got to leave soon.
Yeah, you want to just wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Chelsea's
going to be up at 5.
Do you want to wrap it up?
I think so.
Come on, Chelsea. Tell a little story.
It's getting close to my
Tell us what you
bedtime.
think about being a lifeguard. How long have you been lifeguarding for? I already said. Anyways.
She's going to get you tonight, I'm telling you. It's okay, you can.
She's going to listen to this one day. She's going to be like, why didn't I say anything?
Oh, yeah, speaking of, before I let you guys go, you're going to sign your life away with my life.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, so no, thank you guys for coming. Chelsea, thank you for taking the little blurbs. I'm very impressed. I'm very happy.
You've gone leaps and bounds tonight.
Today was
Proud of
big.
you.
It was big. Dinner was good. This was
great.
nice. Yeah,
We got,
had. That was so good.
Got Chinese food from Fusion House in Methuen. That place is great. Nice people there. Yeah.
Yeah, and the food, so yummy. All right, well, listen, again, thank you for coming. This was great. Hopefully we'll have you come on, obviously, again soon, maybe. I have to get a few more episodes with you before the summer, because then I won't see you for a few months.
Yeah, let's do that. We can talk a number of things, but we'll go up when the weather's a little warmer, flying, because it's not fun for a passenger, especially when it's cold. Getting a cold plane, and it's just.
Oh, I wasn't going to go in the winter.
Yeah, you want to go later. Yeah.
If that happens.
Yeah,
But I want to go in the summertime.
We'll go towards the evening more. That's when the weather, the air is still. It's more stable.
It's also
not when it's dark.
All right.
No, we'll go. No, I don't want to go when it's dark, because
Good.
then there's not much. I mean, you can talk, but you can't really see as much. Apparently, it's nighttime.
Well, it's not.
But
That's why I want to go so I can see.
maybe 45 minutes before the sun sets. Then you see the sunset's really cool.
Oh, so no, that would be pretty.
Then you see if it's a clear day, you can see off of the Prudential Center in Boston. You'll see the orange glow off of that from Lawrence. It's really
that would
neat.
be great.
It's really cool.
You're going to have to really do some good talking me into this, because right now I'm still at a no. But I want to. That's the thing. My adventurous side wants to, but the 98% of me that is scared to death does not want to. I should rephrase that.
Oh my God!
I love
Yeah,
effects.
back to Halloween.
All right. That was enough
Pretty
fun with
fast
that.
on that dial there. You went right there to that button.
You know it.
Do you rehearse that? Do you make a sound and see how fast you can get there?
Yeah, this mixing board. I love this thing.
You have a scratch sound too?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not that good. Oh, what are you doing?
Scratch sound. Scratching my wrist.
The things that microphones pick up.
I know.
Well, I'm sorry, but we've run out of time. And I'm going to call it. So you guys are awesome. Thanks again. And we'll be seeing you on the lily pad.